And good evening to you, and good to see you. When it comes to what we're seeing at the border, it's one of the least covered stories right now with everything happening across the country and overseas, but it still continues to be a very important theme. We still see people coming over the border illegally in droves. We still see them being transported around the country. Along with some of these people come drugs and crime and other things that are plaguing our country.
Yeah, and with all the talk about, gee, there was 190,000 Russian troops ready to move across into Ukraine. Gee, we have a lot more than that every month of the year that are now moving into the United States. And they are being sent by the drug cartels, by terrorist drug cartels, crime syndicates. This is an outrage. And down there this week in the Del Rio section, they're saying maybe 1,000 a day they catch, 3,000 down in the Rio Grande Valley, the McAllen sector. But they say we're on track to have more than 2 million, more than we had last year. And privately, a few of us asked one of the top Border Patrol, how many, an educated guess, what percentage do you think that you're seeing and reporting? And he said, maybe 50%.
Well, that's what I was going to say.
Could be
when you
4
talked about
million?
When you talked about the ones that were apprehended, we're talking about the ones that we know about. We don't know about the gotaways. We don't know who's crossing illegally. We don't have numbers, to indicate where we are with that. What we do know is that more than 200,000 have crossed in the first quarter, and I'm told that essentially that's supposed to be the lightest time weather-wise. That's when you see the fewest people travel. So only expect these numbers to go up as it becomes more attractive to move across the border weather-wise.
But Jackie, think about it. 4 million people, more than 4 million coming in 1 year. I mean, it doesn't take long to completely eliminate the freest country in the world and become, these are people that have not been taught what it takes to sustain a republic. So we move right into an Orwellian socialist society. And, when they join with the socialist Democrats, we won't be able to ever recapture this country. This is deadly serious. And the Constitution, by the way, Mayorkas, Biden, and Harris, I think, are committing impeachable offenses. The Constitution that they swore to protect and uphold, it says in Article 4, Section 4, they guarantee to every state they'll be free from invasion. Back in 1916, an invasion was one evening. Some of Pancho Villa's guys came across and killed 18 to 25. We lost tens of thousands of Americans last year to the drugs coming across, to fentanyl coming across illegally. It's got to be stopped.
I always make the point that what's happening here essentially is with those 4 million people that you're talking about and spreading them around across the country, it's to change the voting demographics so that essentially we can become bluer as a country. And you see it happening here. People say, oh, that's crazy. That's not going to happen. It is going to happen because you see it happening in New York City where they're letting undocumented illegal people that live here, that reside here, vote in our local elections. Why do you think that we have Alvin Bragg as our DA right now, letting people with a rap sheet a mile long come out and then kill people again?
Yeah, it is such an outrage. And the drug cartels now have moved into Texas. I'm sure they've moved into all over the country, to the cities at least, but they're moving into rural areas where they feel like it'll be easier to have sex trafficking and drug trafficking without being caught. And, they're telling me down there on the border, our people, our enforcement, that you can go order a child of whatever age you want, male, female, and they get sent across and then they're delivered. And our own government delivers them.
Congressman, we are out of time, but it was good to see you. We'll have you back soon.
Thanks for recognizing the problem.
I'm Jackie